This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Friday, September 29th, 2017. The title of this rant is, Many Puerto Ricans Will Die Under the Sinful Leadership of the Dotard. So let's go back a couple of years, 2010, Haiti, suddenly, unexpectedly, a major earthquake killed thousands of people in Haiti. The next day, the lawless neo-colonial Kenyan Obama said we need to have an immediate, robust, and overwhelming response to this catastrophe. And in that day, the U.S. Comfort, the huge medical ship, which is a converted oil tanker, was directed to get down to Haiti right away. It took the betrayer of trust 7 full days to send the U.S. Comfort down there. And that was just to say, go down there. They had another 4 days to supply that ship before it could be sent. It may not have even left as of yet, and it will take 5 days to get there. And that is why there will be people dying. Not just because of that, but everything that this man has done since the hurricane. So let's take a quick look at what disaster preparedness is all about. So if you take the Department of Defense, which knows all about this, FEMA, and let's just say the Red Cross, you have hundreds, if not thousands of people who plan and do logistics, and look at how we can get things to places. So how do you respond to a disaster, whatever the disaster is, in the most efficient and effective ways? And of course, with the scope of the disaster that we thought might happen before it happened in Puerto Rico, but we knew immediately afterwards that this was a massive disaster and that we needed to have, an immediate intervention in terms of goods and supplies that needed to go down there. And none of that was done, by this administration until long time after it had occurred. So the types of things that, were not done by this administration, that were done by the Obama administration, and were done by others. And in terms of disaster relief, immediate takeover of the airports, immediate takeover of the ports, immediate reconstruction of the cellular towers and all other means of communication. Again, you take it over, you clean it up, there you have what we call a beachhead. So remember in Omaha, the United States had to get a beachhead so that they could get all their material into that northern part of France, and then they could spread out over Europe and defeat the Nazis. We needed a beachhead. We didn't have anything to set up there. And when they talk about there's not enough drivers, remember there's thousands of drivers in the Department of Defense that can do a lot of that stuff. So what else do you need to do? You immediately need to start clearing out all of the major roads so that you have your beachhead, you have your materials, you start sending it out. And what other types of things? High priorities. How about hospitals? As of right now, 9 days after the hurricane, over half the hospitals basically only have intermittent power. Again, all that stuff is done in preparation. You know what you need to do. You have your high priorities. You do your immediate things. Then you go out and take care of everything. Any other types of things they could have done? Yeah. You could have taken the stuff that's at the ports, brought in hundreds of helicopters, just like the Obama administration did, airlift stuff out to the major areas in terms of food, in terms of water, in terms of medicine that may be needed, etc. All of that stuff could have been started and implemented over a week ago. So stuff that the Obama administration was started the day after the earthquake is stuff that has taken over 7 days for this instigator of hate to get going. So they've done it slowly. Their footprint has been slow, and people are going to die. And the reason, why I'm saying this is we have to remember, that it all comes from the top. That everything about the president is about the president. All that matters to him is what goes on in his own head. And what he has done to the American citizens of Puerto Rico, is shameful and sinful, and it explains basically the true nature of his moral compass. And never again should we believe that he's capable of doing anything correctly, moral, spiritual, economic, etc.